Ahoy, landlubbers. It's me, your Captain Vasco speaking. Welcome to another stream. You thought you were done with No Sleep for Kaname Date, but we were all fooled. You all don't understand. It's Friday, September 26th. We're almost done with this month, which has been largely unkind. But yeah, if you were here last weekend, I made the decision that we were just sort of going to play No Sleep for Kaname Date until we finished it so that we could focus our attention after that on Halloween stuff. And so when and if we complete this game during the stream, or basically at whatever point we finish this game to our satisfaction during this weekend, then we start playing Slay the Princess. That might be tonight, that might be tomorrow. I don't know. It's probably not going to be later than tomorrow. Yeah, so last week we finished the story proper, but as we've already seen, there are some alternate endings to this game. They've largely been inconsequential so far. But Demolition was like trying to consolidate like the specific ending that the game teases toward the end, where you get like a specific number and have to plug it into a puzzle somewhere to like get what, like, I don't know, it feels like it's like the big alternate ending. I don't know if it's really meant to be a true ending. It's really hard to say. But like, yeah, we tried that, but it's kind of suggested in the effort of doing that we may need to do all or at least a specific other alternate ending. Now, the strategy is I will look up something if I have to, or if Demolition is available, I will tell Demolition to do it. But the menu is actually surprisingly explicit, both about where in the game the endings exist and also what scenes to look for them. So it seems like it's largely a matter of like going to the indicated scenes and trying stuff until you get an alternate ending, especially now that we have some data points as to like what an alternate ending looks like. Either like choosing a specific dialogue option in particular, or interacting with something that might give you dialogue options that may not be obvious. Those are the two we've found so far, and I feel like for a visual novel game, that encompasses a lot of what you might look for. You're not done with Somnium Files until Somnium Files decides it's done with you. I don't know, was this game made in Mother Russia? Boop, boop. I'll say this. I don't know the exact way I want to implement it, but several characters in this game say beep when they're pushing a button, and I feel like I want that. So I've recorded, I think I'm up to 7 beeps, and I know there's at least one more I need to get. Although, admittedly, several of those are the same character doing it, and I wanted to have all the individual times that they said it to compare them to make sure they weren't the same. I'm a psychopath. I think I said this before I started recording, but at time of recording, I have isolated 66 pieces of audio as separate files to possibly be used in some various combination of chat interaction stream buttons. Now, I've also been thinking a lot about this because of it is unlikely all 66 of those will be used. I think that's pretty clear. But I've talked a lot in the past about, like, I don't know what a sustainable upper limit of soundboard, like, alerts is. I think for the moment, my plan is to have no more than 50 active. And I say this because we might start getting close. I wouldn't be surprised if examining Mama's fortune-telling balls repeatedly has an ending. I don't remember noting one way or the other if there's an ending there. There's like 2 in like back-to-back scenes someplace that struck me as odd. Concerned about this behavior. Zacula, what about my behavior could seem alarming to you? I mean, you already have reason to be concerned about self-harm because I keep playing like Somnium Files games. But let me actually be clear about this, and we'll call this something of a recap segment for the sake of putting chapters on YouTube. I don't think anyone cares about the chapters, but I've been doing them for a while. In case you don't want the recap, it's there and you can skip ahead. It's a great reason to check out the YouTube channel at Vasco the Gamer on YouTube, and then like and comment and subscribe. Tell me the sound clip that you think I should add to the soundboard from this game. Even you, Zacula, who've made it very clear what you're looking for. Mostly the 6 different beeps from one character thing. Really? That's the bridge too far of all things? Like, are you not aware of are you not familiar with the birthday song from Sam & Max? I mean, I think you were still on your long Twitch hiatus. But the Sam & Max games introduce one of my favorite villains of all time, which is a group of time-traveling mariachis who are duty-bound to respond to the discovery that it is someone's birthday.
Someone say birthday?
In such a fashion, such that the response would be...
Ole!
And there are 4 different versions of that song. And every time I push that button, one generates randomly. Likewise, the Did Someone Say Birthday? 4 different versions of that, and one is chosen at random. So like that's along the lines of what I'm thinking for the beep button. Now, is that going to be tremendously useful? I don't know, but it sounds really funny in my head, so if I'm gonna get a whole bunch of audio files in double digits, I might as well get a few beeps, if you know what I mean. So here's where we're at. We have, as I mentioned, completed the story of No Sleep for Kaname Date. Canonically, and there's something of an asterisk on that because the like canonical ending to Nirvana Initiative, the last Somnium Files game that was released is a little bit iffy, where like it has kind of a downer ending, and then there's like a weird thing where like similar to what we've learned is in this game, you like plug a number into like a different part of the game and then you get like a weird alternate ending that like drastically changes history. Not really sure how that like factors here exactly. But like, yeah, so the canonical ending is we've determined that the person behind the escape game that kidnapped Iris and entangled Ota and Moma was in fact an AI who doesn't have a body like Aiba and Tama do, but was created by a member of the Abyss like police division using the same core software. But it is based on like a human's like psychological profile, a human who is in a coma, like lady not appearing in this game for the most part, Sakura Asahi. Yeah, it turns out that there's no bad guys in this game. I have it on the good authority that the game just tells me that and repeatedly assures me that things I don't agree with make sense, which is very much on brand and in line with all the previous Somnium Files games. But I have to tell you, like, truly, to be honest with you, I think this is without a doubt my favorite Somnium Files game. Like, it's not Nirvana Initiative. That's pretty easy to say. But despite the frustration I have with the resolution of this game, again, it's what I should have expected. I don't know what I did expect, but I got what I should have expected, which was a largely unsatisfying ending to a case that, like, if the story was told better, would have been, like, a really killer story. But yeah, so, like, basically, Hina, the, like, sync machine technician who replaced Pewter when he did a bunch of crimes, her like love interest / roommate like fell into a coma defending Hina from like a random assaults on a subway platform. So Hina like kidnapped her unconscious comatose body from a hospital where she was like actively being treated, put her in some weird stasis pod that we've established exists in this world for inexplicable reasons. then like when she remained in a coma for a while, like made like an AI clone of her personality, which the game tells us like I forget exactly how it put it, but it had some like radically like confusing approach to this where they were like, well, it's an AI, but because its like source data came from a human being, it wasn't capable of doing like digital logic and instead was like founded largely on human noise or something like that. And like somehow this all like binds together with this like really flimsy justification. They're like, well, you see, the goal of this like AI was entertainment. It was trying to appeal to Hina, who it thought was her girlfriend, and it was like trying to like make her happy and like follow through on this plan that like Mizuki paid for, that was like basically a convoluted publicity stunt using the dark web and kidnapping and like Twitch TV. And somehow everyone's takeaway from this was like, well, I guess all's well that ends well. And even though many crimes were committed, it's all a-okay. Would you like to hear a concerning detail that I have thought through since the last time we played this game? I don't think any of you have likely considered this, but after some consideration, I think it's the only answer to one of this game's core questions, and it's upsetting. One thing that I was harping on as we approached the end of the game was the notion that like the game had just absolutely refused to give us an explanation of basically any kind as to how and why Iris ended up in a rabbit costume. And as it started to become clear that the main perpetrator of like everything happening in this game was a computer program with no physical body, see several jokes and allusions to Xana from Code Lyoko like manipulating the physical world as a computer program. But like we kept being like, no, but like seriously, like how did that happen? And one thing that we had clearly established is that Iris did not wear the rabbit costume to go to the escape game, which means that it had to have happened after she was like rendered unconscious and like brought to the escape room to be in the scenario concocted by the evil AI. The information that we have is that the AI had hired a squad of like Xerox goons to protect Hina and also like the location where the escape game was happening. What that means is that as far as I can tell, the only rational explanation as to how Iris went from street clothes to rabbit costume is that one of those identical like mafioso goons undressed her and then put her in a rabbit costume. And if you can think of another explanation, I would be thrilled to hear it. But I think I cracked the code and it sucks. Like, I'm pretty sure that's our answer and I hate it. Then burned her regular clothing. Maybe, I don't know. Hi everyone. Also, it's hard to interact with chat mid rant without losing my train of thought. As you can tell, I was already like struggling a few spots there. I was chatting with Kat a little bit as they were catching up with the VODs today on some of the theories. Kat has re-summarized some of the points that they shared on the Discord, which is basically, and I think it's a much more compelling argument than the game provides, which is that like rather than this weird notion of a distinction between like digital logic and human noise and like being too unpredictable to be rational or like whatever, it just like didn't make any internally logical sense to me or whatever. But like Kat sort of suggests that like the other AI, like Aiba and Tama, are like founded on something that we would closer to what we think of as the foundation for like a contemporary AI, like a bunch of internet information, maybe like police procedural files, things along those lines, things that would be like relevant to them being a partner of sorts to solve crime. But trying to apply the same program to a bunch of like miscellaneous like person data ended up basically being like a constantly error running program that wasn't being debugged at all, and if anything was getting like worse over time, being like constantly running without like a refresh or a correction. And so like Kat made the argument that like it's closer to an AI that has like a mental health problem, and I like legitimately think that there's like a compelling argument to that. But in typical Somnium Files fashion, regardless of whatever we put into the game, we got garbage out because we just didn't really like think about like how to do a story. So like we end up with this weird mess where like even the characters are sort of like, I'm not really sure why the plot of this game happened. This could have been an email. Which is like genuinely like largely the tone of like the recap conversation. Like once you finish the investigation, boss is sort of like, all right, like we're gonna go over the report before we file it or whatever. And of course during that we mentioned multiple times that we're like actively employing like corrupt police activity to cover up actual crimes that people are definitely guilty of because we can. And then there's like a weird moment where like someone is like critical of this behavior from our police department, and boss is like, it's no worse than any other police department. It's like, I can't stress to you enough that that's not better, that's worse, that's just not a good argument at all. So like instead of like taking this interesting approach where we're sort of like, well, there's no villain because this AI who is the culprit is kind of also a victim. They didn't ask to be created this way, but they were created in such a way that they unintentionally caused this harm. And then like my proposition would be like, well, at that point, I think you can almost get away with the no villains here attitude by then sort of being like the accountability of that is like that like that AI needs to get treatment in some way, that we like fix the programming so that they have like some kind of ethical subroutine or something, just something that guarantees that like in their own AI way they've learned their lesson and won't just keep doing crimes indiscriminately. And then like also presumably Hina, who is like responsible for several crimes, including arguably by proxy all of the crimes that the AI she created did, like has some kind of accountability. Like, I don't know, she goes to jail, but then presumably at some point they would just like boss would just bring her back and then we would somehow absolve her of crimes, which is what we did with Pewter, and I hate that too. I sure don't love that. Although one of my favorite character details specific to this game is the fact that like at no point is Date actually cool with the fact that we helped get Pewter out of jail. Like pretty much like from the moment he figures out what's going on to the end of the game, he's pretty much pissed at Pewter because he like actually has some he holds some line of justice where he's like, this actually isn't cool. Every character in the video game should be in prison. Like almost no exaggeration at all there. Yeah. And I mean, there is a consistent problem in the Somnium Files games that like the world is so weirdly small. Like there's a thing that I have trouble articulating that I really like in a story, which I call like inefficient use of characters, which sometimes manifests in really small worlds like what we have here in the Somnium Files games, which is like you have a relatively constrained number of core characters, but they're well-rounded enough and have enough like interests and skills and things that like as you like change what the world looks like, they all still have some way to be relevant and apply in the story. In my opinion, a really good example of this is the Telltale Sam and Max series. In the sense that like particularly in the earlier chapters of that, even though the villains and cases and stories change pretty dramatically, like there's a core cast of characters who always feel relevant. And when they're straining that relevance, it's an opportunity from the people who wrote those games to like make it a comedic moment of like, that seems like a stretch, but then like they make it into something funny instead of trying to be serious about it. It's one of the things I truly most appreciate about those games. Kat Kat says, I feel like this game did a lot to round out Date and Iris. I would agree with that. Honestly, one thing that I forgot on a few occasions to comment on is that I feel like the second half of this game actually drags a good amount tonally for me. And I couldn't figure out why at first. And then when I was like reflecting on the stuff I'd had the most fun doing in the game, it's actually like specifically when Iris sort of drops out of the story. Then the tone is more serious, and even though like they still kind of try to do comedic stuff, the stakes are a little bit too high, and like the cast of characters who are available like aren't in a position to do it as well. But like I feel like Iris does a ton for the tone of this game, and like in my opinion, it's really felt when she fades into the background because she's like in more danger. But like I have never appreciated the character of Kaname Date more than in this game. Like it just, I'm not sure if it's like the way I would necessarily describe it as rounds him out, but I think it's a fair way to put it, which is just that like it's less focused, I think, than both of the other games on just hammering like the same comedic points with them over and over. That like he's a guy, he likes boobs, he likes the porno mags, herdy-dur. Like, those are still there. I think that they largely do a better job of being, like, selective about putting those moments in where, like, they either feel like occasionally they're actually motivated by the circumstances, but, like, they're also motivated by things like him coming in contact with characters that we've established have those same weird interests, or it's just like him like demonstrating a character flaw, but like instead of harping on it for a really long time, they sort of hit a joke and then move on. I feel like in the past some of the games have really like belabored the point and like held on the joke to like way after it was actually funny and it was like genuinely uncomfortable. But like I think a lot of our main characters here really like contributed something in their own way. In many cases, it was a better portrayal of them than we've seen in the past games. Like, I feel like the people working on this, even though I'm not convinced that, like, the bulk of the people working on this game are the same creative people who made character decisions, for example, in the other games, I feel like there was a sense of greater comfort with them dealing with the world and the characters. So I assume there's some overlap there in the staff. So, like, I do want to be clear about this, that, like, yes, I will complain until I run out of breath about how we just can't get a Somnium Files game with a remotely passable ending. But I genuinely think that this is the most fun game. And I think I might say it has the best dialogue, at least. Like, I like the other games. There's a lot of good moments in them. I never for a moment considered trying to get like 66 sound clips. And there's some other factors as to why I'm behaving like a lunatic, and we'll get to those eventually. But like, I don't know. I just like the highs were so much higher, and I feel like there were more of them. Like I think that this is just my favorite one. And I agree with you that on that as well, Kat. Like, I don't love Ota, but I think it's Ota's best showing as well. Like, it's still not great. But one thing I really appreciate is that this game calls out Ota for being a creep, like, way more than the other games. And he's, like, I wouldn't say I think it's a deliberate choice that, like, Ota as a character isn't intended to be as creepy as Date. Like, Date is supposed to be the ultimate creep, which is weird because he's also the protagonist and supposed to be, like, sympathetic. But, like, Ota has always been creepy. And this game, I think, finally, like, calls that out. Like, there's multiple times where they're like, okay, Ota. So it's just, it's a lot of stuff like that. But the ending is not good. The plot is pretty bad. I mean, Nirvana Initiative sets a really low bar, so it's still probably, like, the second worst plot. But it's not great. Like, it's just, I mean, it has similar problems to the other Somnium Files games. The pacing's all weird. There's no rising action. Clues are often, like, confusing, contrived, or needlessly convenient just to make the plot suddenly start happening. Like, a lot of these things could be tweaked to improve these games significantly. And this one's no different, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure I would necessarily say it's like closer to a good, like, I think the first game has the most unrealized potential, but I also don't think it has the same degree of strengths that No Sleep for Kaname Date did. Cadius, is it Team Rocket time? Hey, that's a great excuse to mention the fact that my sister, who works on Pokemon TCG Live, it's an app game where you can collect and play the Pokemon TCG cards without spending money. You literally can't spend money in the app, but you are rewarded with tons of cards and credits for getting cards and stuff all the time. It's really easy and convenient to make decks, even like powerful net decks. She just launched an update that like added new like theme music and corresponds to like Mega Evolution cards being added and stuff. It's really exciting. Also, she just released a book. My sister's always doing super cool stuff, which is why you should go check out her Twitch channel, because believe it or not, she also streams on Twitch on Sundays in the afternoon Pacific time, 1 p.m. Pacific time to be precise. Or no, 10 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. Eastern. I've been on the East Coast too long. Anyway, that's some good shill. Thank you for that, Demolition. But you should check out my sister's book, because she's great and it's interesting. It's about game design, which is stuff that we talk about here all the time. And I assume you like that, or I'm not sure why you're here, because I just spent like 30 minutes talking about this crap. So we're going to call that the recap, and we're going to go see if we could get some sleep for Kaname Date or whatever. On the East Coast for too long. So real, brother. Where are you most comfortable, Zacula? Because like, weren't you living in like, you weren't West Coast, weren't you in like, I want to say Utah, is that right? Like Salt Lake City or something? For a while? Off topic, but something that felt in place with Somnium Files. Today I had a person who was telling me about her crystal collection, how she sees ghosts, and invited me to go ghost hunting with her and her husband. That feels like some Iris stuff. Also, congrats, Alcadius, on your shiny legendary Pokemon. I did see that post earlier, but then I got distracted getting ready for work and didn't respond to it. That was very exciting. Most comfortable in the Southwest. Arizona, New Mexico, Utah. That's an interesting trifecta. Not Texas, though. I mean, Texas is its own thing. I think we all understand that. Okay, let's play the game. So, like, this save file is from some point when I was trying to get a clip, so I think I should let's just go here. I think, like I said, the last place I was getting sound clips from was the scene recapping stuff with Boss in her office. So that's where, like, the autosave is at. No, autosave's at the start of it, huh? Get me to where I have control of the menu. Okay. So here's the goal again, to recap the goal after the recap. We have to collect something like 7 endings total. We have 2 of them. We have the U end from the first investigation segment, and then we have, the T end from the second. Does this spell something that hints at the ending? ULM AT. I'm not doing an anagram. I'm not Phi. So I don't remember how many total there are, but they are highlighted in the menu. There's one to get from here, which we've established. We got the like not finished version of that ending. And so I think what's going to happen is that, oh, there's one. All right. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's start here. It might not be the most logical place to start, but this is the confrontation at the theme park. And clearly there's a second ending here. I'm genuinely quite curious if this might be more satisfying, even if it's not canonical. Because the ending that we got was, we had the confrontation with the evil AI, and then, like, somehow we negged Hina into, like, taking responsibility for, like, everything that happened. But by responsibility, I definitely don't mean, like, culpability. She wasn't jailed for crimes. But, like, I think there's, like, a version of this where we just, like, tell her to blow up the AI or something. Oh, sorry, mystery. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. We'll be playing Slay the Princess soon. Certainly tomorrow at some point. But yeah, I think let's hop into this, like, final conversation and see if we can figure out where the alternate end here is. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it saved us some trouble. I thought it was going to break down just the Bloom Park segment, but really it's just somewhere in Bloom Park, which is pretty obvious.
Iris!
So I guess an important question is, like, how much of scene do we play out? I think in this case...
Date? I'm here, right here.
We found her. She's here!
I think what I'm going to do here, at least for the first attempt, is I'm going to fast forward to where we sort of get the ultimatum. Like, I think we might even get, like, a crisis timer or something, but, like, there's a point where, like, Akemi is like, there's, like, a time limit and you have to do it or everybody dies. And I think that's where the choice is very heavily implied to happen. So I'm going to skip ahead to that and see if we can find it there. And if it's not available there, then we might scrutinize the earlier parts more. This does probably mean that we have to do the stupid X-ray thing and find all the hidden letters. I think that happens before the thing in question. Do we have to talk to her? Use the power of Pornomax.
Pornomax. Porn will save the world. Hey, want to read Pornomax with me? Porn has been a guiding hand in mankind's development. The spread of VHS, PCs, and even AI was all thanks to porn. Join me in reaching ever higher, to the heights that can only be mounted by pornography. Stop all this nonsense and read Pornomags with me.
Date is a complicated character, but the line read here is truly amazing. It's genuinely impressive, the sincerity with which he's able to read that.
Date, that you can say such things with conviction and sincerity is almost impressive.
I think it's legitimately impressive. Is it good impressive? That remains to be seen.
Streaming images containing such material is forbidden by the rules of the platform.
Even if we hide all the fun bits?
Even if we hide all the fun bits.
Yeah, the voice acting in this game, pretty much top to bottom, is excellent. I think chat has even more reservations than I do about the specific choice from Hina's voice actress to go full cutesy baby uwu. It doesn't bother me quite as much as chat. It's definitely not my favorite choice. But yeah. Okay. So now I think she's like, okay, now define the clues.
Look inside the control room.
That looks like text.
Literally back-to-back comments responding to that. I hate Hina. Hina's voice is fine.
There's something written on the pillar.
It is definitely artificial.
You're definitely
There's
artificial.
something in the pillar.
Indeed.
Is one in the pod? No. Is there one? Oh, there's one in like a horse.
Aiba, look in that horse.
Look at that horse is a good line of dialogue.
There.
What am I still missing? The screen? The roof? Oh no, do I have to talk to her?
The problem is that we...
Use the...
I have no idea. We need to start by finding...
Oh, you...
Where's the last one? I did the pillar twice in the control room. Oh, the panda ride.
There's something written on that...
Indeed.
The panda.
Hina, I found some text hidden
Huh?
inside a horse, in a pillar, and so on.
I see. So they
Did you ever
couldn't be
try to
seen
enter the
without
wrong
an
code for the
eyeballs help.
pod? No, there's only one alternate ending here. My guess is that that's not it, but I could be wrong. Like, it seems like there's a moment, like, I think it's like a confrontation is like about to happen. It's like we answer this thing and then we kind of get like challenged by Akemi, and then it seems like there's an opportunity to not try and kumbaya, and I think that gives an alternate ending.
The text I found is H-I-N-A I-S-M-I-N-E. And that's it.
I feel like we missed an opportunity to have someone like parse the letters wrong.
When you put them in order,
You get it?
that says...
That is a message from me to you, Hina. The viewers can't see it. It's too simple, isn't it? Don't worry, I have many more fun problems for you to solve.
Most of them are bullet related.
It's all my fault, isn't it?
Yeah.
I went and made an AI just because I was lonely. Because Sakura wasn't waking up.
And I'm going to say it again, even though no one asked and I've already said it before and you know this about me. I hate the fact that this ending is so sympathetic towards Hina and Akemi, frankly, when Nirvana Initiative is so cruel to Amame Doi.
At first, I thought maybe something inside Sakura's head could... I ended up just talking with her every day to distract me from the loneliness. So I'm sorry, Sakura. I made you wait too long. Sakura. She won't wake up. She won't come back.
That says there's nothing wrong with wanting a friend to wake up from a coma. Kidnapping her from the hospital is not the answer. This really does bother me. It's like, she didn't have a plan. She just kidnapped her. Like, I just don't understand what the reasoning was supposed to be or how that was supposed to help. And then it's really heavily implied by that last Somnium that if she hadn't done that, that Sakura would have woken up by now. So, like, what was the point? This is crazy to me.
That's why I have to end this.
Hina.
I'll use this.
Oh yeah, she tries to like blow up the thing and it doesn't work.
Since that Sakura was gone, I got...
Hina? Aren't you lonely?
It's so
Well,
manipulative and
I can't live
annoying.
without you. I want to talk with you.
You're not the real Sakura.
Why would you say that? No! No, no, no!
I mean, demonstrably true. You don't have a physical body. You're clearly not Sakura.
Goodbye.
Hina, don't!
Kat says Sakura being quasi-conscious during her coma is kind of neat. Well, I mean, honestly, I think it's another missed opportunity, right? Like, it's a cool idea because it's an interesting application of the sync machine. Like, we have no reason to think that any person in a coma wouldn't have that same level of consciousness. But the cool thing about the sync machine is that, like, it's exactly designed to, like, deal with that kind of thing in the plot. But I just feel like, much like a lot of the cool plot points in the first game, this game doesn't sell how cool the idea is because it's done largely by accident. If instead, like, it was incorporated into the main plot that, like, this important person of the case was in a coma, and then we're like, wait, that's exactly what Abyss does. Like, I feel like that makes it more interesting.
Huh?
Hina, it's almost...
What?
This is...
She's enjoying this.
The AI Sakura is no longer able to think logically.
What do you mean?
Her thought patterns are so fuzzy that it is difficult for her to come to form objectively correct conclusions. She is exceedingly close to a human now.
This argument makes no sense to me. Are there humans who are incapable of making rational decisions? Clearly, we live in 2025. But, like, is that some, like, universal, well, she's beyond saving now because she's close to human? Like, I don't know what that argument is.
Do you have...
If she's human.
So yeah, here's where I think the choice happens. And I'll do a manual save here to save some time if we have some options. Let Hina think of a solution was the first thing that came to my mind as, like, get an alternate ending.
Hina, there's gotta be some other solution. Think. Forget breaking it. There's gotta be another way.
There is none. I certainly can't think of any.
But you're so good at escape rooms or whatever. What did I do last time? Provoke or convince? I think I did provoke. Do you remember, Kat? You were watching this today. I kind of just remember that it didn't have the expected result. I want to say I said provoke. Let's try convince.
We won't delete you as long as Iris is safe.
Yeah, I think that's different.
Please.
Sorry. No. That wouldn't be fun at all.
Damn.
So provoke is how we get to the proper
Hina,
endgame.
don't you dare. Blowing up the pod is a stupid idea. Scrap it. Leave this to me.
I'll use the sky. I'll attack the moon. It worked before. The problem is that, like, provoke Sakura... I don't know, maybe it does branch after this point. I can't think of anything else I would do. Seen his text change? I mean, at this point, if she's grayed out, it's not gonna change. Sometimes it will not change even if it doesn't gray out, but... Ride the horse to victory? Alright, let's see if it's after this point, I guess. But I would have assumed it was, like, take a different approach here to get a different ending.
What?
You are already
And
That's not what an AI and...
So we'll try, like, entering the wrong thing in the pod. Maybe that does do it. But my guess would have been, like, change the way the two of them interact.
Myself, I couldn't let Sakura be the bad guy anymore. But I was wrong. Memory the days I spent chatting with AI Sakura. Both of them are important to me. If either of them were gone,
This also feels, like, ludicrous to me. Like, it's equally important to me, the, like, dangerous, like, rogue AI I made that's, like, currently threatening lives to, like, a woman that I have an actual relationship with.
Hina. I'm sorry, but all I did was hurt you.
No, I made you. I'm sorry.
Hey, please.
It genuinely...
Here's a what?
It genuinely strikes me as funny
What do you think?
Yeah.
that she's like, smile more, Hina. It's like,
Anyway,
yeah, she's the
The
villain.
pod will open if you and the only one who knows it is you.
Oh,
Are you?
don't worry. I have a great partner with me.
Hey, Date, I listened without comment so far. Sure. Well, in any case, I am.
I'm counting on... I'll try entering the password.
I mean, why wouldn't the most important number be 6969? I can't think of a compelling reason.
I entered it. What?
Is it going to the moon? I think it's going to the moon.
Pod is blasting off?
Date, did you get it wrong?
I'm pretty sure it's the children who are wrong.
Iris.
It's fine. I'm sure she'll find that big Meowth and Jesse and James in the sky. 2,000 years later. Okay, very normal.
Yaks forever.
She's still in the rabbit costume. It was never supposed to happen, and for 2,000 years it did.
Mankind has become too abundant again. They require culling and subjugation. And that is a job for us, the New World Order.
You really shouldn't question the rabbit costume. Well, I really want to say I'm disappointed because I was hoping that would give us something closer to like, my assumption was that, like, there'd be a mode where we blow up the AI and it'd be treated like a bad end, but it'd be, like, satisfying because, like, there would be some sense of comeuppance that was deserved. At the same time, for not getting that, I mean, that was... for one, perhaps what I should have expected once again, but also, I guess, pretty good. Okay. There's a lot here. One of them is in Date's car with Hina in the passenger seat. I don't know what's going on here.
So, we're after Moma now.
Well, I guess shady guys are the type to do shady stuff.
Actually, they call themselves a wholesome gang.
Even docile creatures like giraffes engage in violence when a female is the prize.
I recorded the whole giraffe conversation.
Really?
Why are you talking about giraffes?
Giraffes fight by using their long necks as whips.
She's so excited about
It
it.
is called necking, and it sometimes leads to broken necks, soon followed by a painful death.
That's scary.
And speaking of giraffes, there is a species of weevil known as Tracheliforus giraffa, or giraffe weevil. It is quite a lovely little bug, and
There's a way we can get a giraffe ending.
Just find Moma's location. No more giraffe talk.
No more giraffe talk.
Very
It's the funny
well.
thing to say.
there is a plant called Harpagophytum procumbens, which...
Please, let's focus on the job.
Picture an egg.
I beg you.
Okay, so for
Giraffe.
some of these, I think it is actually going to be important to try and listen to the dialogue and make sure we're not missing some kind of opportunity. So I'll take these a little bit slower. Rearview mirrors are often linked to a camera installed in the back. Is that a thing in Japanese cars? Like, rearview cameras are like a relatively normal thing, but those are more like sort of like console related in most cars I've seen. There's a van in the mirror. Strange van, seems like it's getting I think I'm onto it. The van is swerving around. Strange van is swerving around and honking the horn.
We got some weirdo behind us. Is it road rage or something?
Your dad's? Really? I've never seen that. That seems harder to use than just having it on your, like... I don't even know what that thing is called. Like, where the radio goes.
That black van looks pretty fancy.
This guy is exactly why no one likes fancy black vans anymore.
There are also studies that suggest that driving luxury vehicles increases the likelihood of the driver behaving worse on the road.
That's really funny to me because, as my mom knows, I've had a long-running theory that, like, Lexus drivers are the worst drivers. And I don't mean that as some sort of classist thing, just from, like, my observation driving in California, like, a shockingly high percentage of people driving, like, erratically in a way that's, like, in imminent danger to people around them. Even, like, a minor way of just, like, taking a turn, like, weird or timing it bad or whatever. Like, a shockingly high percentage of them were Lexus drivers.
Make way for my golden chariot or something like that, huh? I hate that.
I never do anything like that.
I am the one driving, so you couldn't even if you wanted to.
We can arrest them, right?
Yes, I have it on EDR, so we have the evidence we need.
Okay, here I go.
Yeah, I think this is our other ending. I have no idea what this is.
Attention to the black van behind us. You are driving recklessly. Slow down and pull over immediately.
They're not stopping.
So, that's how it's gonna be, huh? Aiba, let's do this.
What? We have things to do, Date.
They want to mess with a cop, huh? I'll teach them some respect.
Very well.
Aiba objects to actually, like, arresting someone, because that's not what we do at Abyss.
Dodging!
Isn't this beyond reckless driving?
The hell? Is road rage like this in other countries?
Tighten your seatbelts. I'm going in.
What? Are you serious?
It's like Knight Rider, but with an eye patch. It's a little more advanced than the pit maneuver. Why did it explode?
That's Japanese police for you.
What does that mean?
You gotta be kidding me!
Exploding here would be a major hazard. I'm taking us somewhere safe.
Is it the cold storage warehouse? Lol Lamau. Basically, yeah, I kinda sensed. How is that an end? Road Rage Cop, Kaname Date. AI that failed at road rage. Date's car is plot relevant. Is it like, assuming that we could get, oh, you mean because it's in the stupid escape room? Yeah, no, I guess that's true, because this is, yeah, it would be before that. Yeah. I mean, it's an incredibly stupid, like, I don't like that because it's only an end with hindsight knowledge. There's nothing, like, that would innately make that the end of the investigation. Oh god, one of them is Marble Bar. Probably has to do with the fortune telling and the balls. You're right. I mean, I mostly enjoyed that. I just mean, like, it's a stupid justification for that to be an end is all. Like, it's a good scene. It's stupid.
Oh,
but good stupid.
my. Welcome.
Hey, Mama. Heard you pick.
Why,
Just gonna skip through a lot of that because Mama's home.
and
What are you talking about?
first, like me, right?
Mama's crystal ball. Mama's ball sure is big. Staring at Mama's ball makes me feel kind of sick. My head's starting to spin. I feel as though I'm losing myself. What is this place? Who am I? What am I?
Oh my. Welcome.
Where did everyone go?
I've been waiting for you to come.
Oh, don't say that to me, Mama. I hate it.
Yes, you.
Oh no.
Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you here.
We're doing like some another end garbage.
I mean, you haven't
Or
solved
another
a
time,
bit of the
rather.
current case. A minor case, though it may be. That aside, do you believe in fortune-telling? Fortune-telling, foresight? If you could predict the future, you could branch off into a new world.
It's so Uchikoshi.
Fortune-telling is meant to expand horizons. They say a fortune that comes true is worth as much as one that doesn't.
What does that even mean? Doesn't that just mean that all of it is equally pointless?
But what if I told you that all fortunes come true? You'd think I'm lying, right?
Stupid Uchikoshi garbage.
If this world we are in wasn't the only world that exists, and if fortune-telling points at the outcomes of the branching worlds, that would make the fortune true in at least one of those worlds, wouldn't it? Yes, there are many futures,
So what you're saying is Schrodinger's
and
balls?
fortune-telling grants the power to know them all.
That's not... I don't think that's the realistic... Because, like, then... I feel like that's no more valuable of an insight than just saying, like, everything is possible if you believe in, like, an infinite number of branching universes from, like, a multiverse theory. Because, like, at a certain point, it's, like, everything is equally meaningful or meaningless if, like, everything is infinite in that sense. At least in regards to, like, the fortune-telling, like, having an impact on something. Because, like... if everything is possible, then it's meaningless to say that every fortune comes true somewhere because all possibilities exist. So, duh, you could say literally anything and that's true.
Futures you can never know. Other worlds you can never see. When you have them all in hand, the world branches out into even more new worlds. Though, I don't know if that's a good thing for you or not. That is all I can say right now. If you haven't yet branched into the conclusion of the case, I suggest you go find it. Goodbye.
It's not a particularly good end. The person whose balls got an extensive look. The person who tried to get an extensive look at Mama's balls. That's hurtful. That one really hurts. That's the worst superlative I think I've ever received. But like that, it's not even really an ending. Like it's just, I mean, like that sort of conversation belongs in like Virtue's Last Reward or something. But like it doesn't feel like the whole like Mama suddenly becoming a fortune teller thing is like not my bag, baby. Let's go to Bloom Park. Really, Bloom Park? Sekiro says, I'm glad this happened. Can you elaborate on that? I forgot we like came here like earlier in the case.
Doesn't look like anyone's here. Can't say I'm surprised though.
This takes me back. I used to come here a lot.
Really?
Before the accident, there used to be so many escape games here. Everything looks the same, more or less, so I thought maybe someone was using it for Iris's escape game. But that doesn't seem to be the case.
But still, if they used to have escape games here, we should look around. There could be a hint or two. Maybe Iris is in there?
Evening skies sprout out over the closed amusement park. The sun should be setting soon. In another few hours, the sun will rise. I'm always so suspicious of like the center of this merry-go-round after the first game. Oh, there's a bunch of fireworks.
Looks like someone set off fireworks.
I don't remember if we like observed these the last time we came here. Obviously they have to do with like the finale, so maybe this is an ending?
This is a restricted area, so naturally it is a regular haunt for truants. They must have used the lack of foot traffic to get away with playing with fireworks.
They can at least clean up after themselves.
Yeah, man, let's light the fireworks.
This reminds me. The last time I played with fireworks was when I went to Nakameguro, and...
Baby, you're a firework.
Date, now is not the time to be nostalgic.
Later then.
Fireworks. Playing with them might be fun.
Hey, Aiba. Leaving live fireworks here like this is a bit dangerous, don't you think? We have a responsibility to keep the peace, so I think we should dispose of them.
In that case, simply dispose of them like garbage.
No, but then someone could take them out of the garbage and light them
If
later.
you set them off here, you would be no better than those hooligans. Wait, you're not seriously thinking about lighting them, are you?
I mean, I've already chosen this option like 8 times, so like I'm seriously considering it for sure.
Date, stop! What if it causes a fire?
Burn!
Hey, Date!
Oh, I thought we were doing one of those ASEC call-in responses.
Yeah!
All right, let's do another one.
Maybe get some distance, gang. And so by ignoring Aiba's warnings, I set the restricted area on fire. With the case still unsolved, I was placed on administrative leave for several months. Explosive end. Boom, he's under house arrest. Quickly reemployed. New role, putting out fires. Very good. I don't know. Maybe these, like, letter designations make more sense in Japanese somehow. As weird as that sounds. So I have 2 over here. One of them is at Lemniscate, which is interesting. Oh, one thing I should mention, I don't think it's like particularly interesting or nuanced, but I've had to replay some of the escapes and somniums to get some of the clips I've been trying to get. And
Well, if it isn't the big hunk. Haven't seen you in forever.
So there's a part in the, like, museum escape thing where MoMA joins with the elevator and all that, where, like, a weird, unexplained, like, demonic duplicate of Iris shows up in the elevator, and, like, everyone tells Oda not to talk to her. If you try to talk to her, the game gives you 4 dialogue options. If you use any of them, Oda sort of has a one-sided conversation briefly, and then it's just implied that he dies, and then you have to retry or restart the room. I tried all 4 of them. None of them are, like, extremely interesting, but I thought it was worth noting that I gave that a shot, and that is the result of that. This has to be the Atami ending. I mean, I would assume if there is one in this game. Although you could argue that, like, Hina's is kind of the Atami ending, right? Because, like, you try to get her to go to Atami with you, and that's why she becomes, like, the Chief of Abyss or whatever.
Yo, how have you been?
Oh, I've been great.
Big titty.
Can I ask you a couple things about Iris?
About Tessa?
I'm having trouble contacting her, so...
It's not a surprise given Iris's reaction. No, I mean, it's actually quite explicit that you shouldn't do it, and it's like a logical reason isn't given. She's just like, I have a bad feeling about it. So, like, yeah, it's the thing you would expect to happen, which is why I didn't try it, but I was like, if I'm gonna be here, I might as well try it.
Oh, I see. But don't expect me to spill any company secrets, okay?
I doubt those loose lips have any secrets left to spill.
Yikes.
Anyway, what do you want to know?
So I feel like I exhausted the dialogue option, so I want to, like, mess around with some of the background objects.
Let's see. Special handy-dandy rope play tips. And next to that, we've got forbidden pleasures. The joys of homemade candles.
I fail to see how a homemade candle could possibly be a forbidden pleasure.
I have no idea. I really haven't invested time in, like, fixing the paid alert thing. I don't know why, after, like, resetting multiple times, that those should give, like, no visual indicator. Now instead they give the biggest possible visual indicator that takes up, like, the entire screen. Anyway, I appreciate it. I wasn't fishing for... I just, you know, there's so few chances for inappropriate big titty, you know? There's a bunch of magazines stacked on the rack. Oh, I thought there'd be more of those. How about the vending machines?
By the gods! A vending machine full of porno mags? Oh, never mind. It's just full of drinks.
Your condition is terminal, I see.
Vending machine full of drinks.
Ah, this is that new idol group Iris was promoting on her podcast. They're called No Smiling, No Talking. It appears this is their promotional video.
Yeah, I don't see a group with a name like that ever catching on.
What about the door? I haven't been back there myself, but I'm sure that's where the president's office is. Door that leads to the office. Oh, hang on. High table.
if only I could live beneath a high table.
I'm sorry, what do you mean by that?
It's a high table.
If I just sat here and took a little nap, do you think Iris would show up out of nowhere?
I assume you must still be very tired, Date.
It's a couch.
Date,
Got some plants.
look here!
Oh, is there a bug?
Dearest Japanakula! Look at him go!
Oh, did we found
I'm
it?
not looking.
Why not? You villain! You monster!
I'm never looking at a bug again.
I will outlive your spite, Kaname Date!
No? Okay. Maybe the desk itself? Yeah, I guess it has to be a dialogue option. Now, we have already seen this wink sync, but it bears repeating. It's one of the only indicators in-game that there's actually no sleep for Kaname Date. It's weird that that's, like, optional.
Lucky balls, boing, boing. Fill the holes, boing, boing. Yay! Yay! Now, this is how you do it, Tommy.
What is even happening here? I do not understand.
Oh, but I do. This must be a revelation from God!
Alright, let's talk. Let's look. It's the receptionist.
Me gustan las tetas grandes.
Her chest is as big as ever. Those huge breasts are sitting right behind the desk. I don't care what anyone says, it's all about the tits. Gazongas. The secret to world peace. Oh, I thought I was on the right track, but no, it's just the secret to world peace. That notification was large. We were literally just talking about this. I don't know why it's like that, and I haven't fixed it. It literally should never have done that, because I've gone to great lengths on at least 3 occasions to change the settings so it doesn't do that, including when I first set it up, and for some reason it occasionally resets and makes a huge notification instead of none, which is, as you might expect, a pretty stark difference. About our
Tessa's got the day
schedule.
off today.
Stop paying attention for a second. Who said big boobs in Spanish? Date from a different game. I think that's Nirvana Initiative?
And since she's got all this free time, I guess she's just living her best life right now.
It does tell us something. The escape game isn't part of her job.
Indeed.
Like what?
Something about her recently gaining the power to summon UFOs, or that Earth would soon be overflowing with alien tourists. Stuff like that.
You know, there was something kooky she said a little bit ago. Tessa said the planet was gonna get conquered by vegetarians.
Vegetarians?
Perhaps she meant to say reptilians.
I wonder if that's actually really funny in Japanese. Like, those sound similar or something. Because it's not the first time they make that
The
joke.
reptilians could be vegetarians.
Grass-eating reptiles?
We might soon be attacked by cyber people.
Well, those did grow from seeds.
And in the end, they used a special technique to blow up.
I forgot about the
Poor
stupid
guy,
Dragon Ball Z
you know.
reference.
How long are you planning to drag this out? Some people do not appreciate this type of prattle.
Who are
I
those
could
people?
talk about this forever, to be honest.
I feel like we did all the dialogue options. I don't know what else there is like to do.
I don't know. She did say that she was gonna go out and enjoy herself today.
Gross.
Oh, I wish I could be out having fun right now, too. If only some big, strong man would take me someplace nice.
Does
Any
that
ideas,
open-
Date?
Well, days like these are best spent in a Tommy.
A Tommy? Again?
Hold on. I'm unsure why, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Was this really an option I didn't do to its fullest extent? I feel like I would have.
I don't know about that.
Hey, Date.
Screw this investigation. I'm taking her to a Tommy. Oh, it's gonna be great.
What is it with you and a Tommy?
Wait, are you being serious?
Do I look like I'm joking?
Date, could you
Someone
just...
asked me not to. I guess that might have worked. I definitely would have done it just like randomly of my own accord, I
Oh,
assume.
forget it.
Come on, let's go to the paradise of a Tommy!
Sounds like fun!
I took her by the hand and rushed right out the door. Thus, the case came to a close without being resolved. Farewell, Abyss Special Agent Life, and hello to Atami Shizuoka. I would begin life anew, making my fortune in its beautiful casinos. The end. Why did Aiba go along with this? It's a good question. I suppose maybe she, like, helicoptered out of his head. Ball-shaped AI. We did it. We found a good end to the game. Oh, actually, I don't know. I think the best end might still be Hinata becoming the chief of Abyss, because, like, she probably puts an end to the corruption, right? It might be the last one. I'll admit to, like, having spent basically as little time as possible in Oda's diner, so, like, I really am not sure what to expect this to be. Maybe it has to do with the poster about the Sakura?
Doesn't look like anyone's here.
Why not say something, just in case?
Excuse me! I'd like some tonkatsu ramen and a side of fried rice, please! Ota! You here? No response. It's not even locked, though. Security here sure is lax.
Date, look.
Where?
That table. There's a magazine that Iris would like.
A dirty one?
An occult one. Iris would like it, not you. There's something interesting on the cover.
Huh? That being...
Psycho says he would also like some tonkatsu ramen and a side of fried rice, please. Even if Oda made it? It's a poster asking for info on the perpetrator of a crime. Poster related to a disappearance that happened a good while ago. Okay. Paper says good fortune. Well, I've seen worse fortunes. Oh, hang on, there's a sticker over here. Also, I found one of these in the weird park where you see Lien when I was like doing the audio file grabs. And I just picked it up because I was like, I don't feel the need to show this off. I don't really know what these do in aggregate. I may walk the shadows, but I would never dodge a shadow band. Back alley brawler rabbit. He's got a pipe, like some other character we know. Okay. TV? There's a CRT TV here. I focused on it in a way that makes me think this is it.
This reminds me. Ota once told me about this video of a pop star in a swimsuit cleaning an armored vehicle with nothing but a toothbrush.
How many years would that take?
It would be worth watching every second.
Anyone ever see the music video for a song called Russian Girls? Unrelated, just curious.
This reminds me. Ota once told me about this video of a chef dressed in all white holding sushi underneath a waterfall.
Sushi rice melts in the mouth in seconds. Is it even possible to keep it intact under a waterfall?
I wouldn't mind seeing it. This reminds me. Ota once told me about this video of an alien cosplaying a homeopath and debittering an eggplant.
Who would record that? And for what purpose? What is the demand for these videos?
I mean, I kind of want to see that.
You ever see the Christopher Walken music video? You mean Weapon of Choice by Fatboy Slim? Yeah, I seen that.
This reminds me. Ota once told me about this video of a martial artist in a micro bikini trying to set a new world record for tile breaking.
Where do I even begin with that description?
This reminds me. You know what? I'll just turn it on.
Then we get distracted by social media or something? Where it's like The Ring? Is it The Ring video?
Oh my god.
Hey, Date! Date! Get a grip!
Huh? Where am I? Who am I? And who are you? And why are your boobs so small?
My outfit is very slimming. You have been doing nothing but watching that TV for hours on end. It was like you were hypnotized.
Apparently the sun already went down. How about that? Spent the entire day doing nothing but watching TV. I feel very attacked. Looks like the story's over and I didn't even find Iris. Man who wasted precious time watching videos. That should be me. Merely observed someone waste precious time watching. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the multiple endings. They're not all created equally in terms of, like, apparent value, but sure. So like, literally it just wanted you to get all of the other endings. There wasn't, as far as I can tell, there wasn't, like, one of those that somehow, like, contributed a meaningful reason as to, like, why it was important to get the ending. Okay. We could do that, I guess. This chapter will start escape from ancient civilization. Yes. Skip to after entering the total number of viewers for the stream, yes.
Now where?
Yeah, I mean there might be QuickTime stuff. There wasn't in the car chase though, so like maybe with the alternate endings you don't. I don't know. We'll see.
Date! You're here!
Iris.
This whole exchange is very good.
Why do you know that number?
Number?
That was my estimate for the final view count.
Wait,
Who are you?
I'm...
Allow me to explain.
Ah, jeez! Do you have to be so loud?
Someone just like randomly appearing and saying "allow me to explain" makes me think of the old sassy pharmacist sketch.
It is true that normally he is a lowly special agent at Abyss, a brainless drone of the state.
Hey,
So this music has reminded me. I randomly decided to watch the movie Poor Things this week when it was like recommended on a streaming service where I was like watching something. It had been on my to-do list because it had been such like a sort of divisive movie, and I was like, the trailer looked interesting. Let me see what that's about. I don't know who I would ever possibly recommend that movie to. I don't think I hate it. I'm not even sure it's bad. I don't think I liked it at all, though. But the main takeaway I have from it is that it has to have, like, the absolute worst soundtrack of anything I've ever watched. It's horrible. It's just, like, especially at the start of the movie, it's just, like, so unpleasant to listen to because the music is just so deliberately just annoying. That was your first Greek movie. Unclear if first Greek movie. Very possible, I guess.
But in his true
Anyway,
form,
I thought of that because this music is also sonically unpleasant.
he's the supersonic scion, fighting DT Man.
Fighting DT.
Wow, sounds impressive.
I see. So you were fighting DT Man.
She says that's really
what the hell
stupid.
is that name?
All the more reason to deal with you.
No one will stop our plan. The Great Reset will be enacted.
Reset, you bet.
Whoa, what the hell are you doing? That's dangerous.
Through passionate, studious reading of dirty magazines. Fighting DT Man's dopamine levels surge to their limit and grant him superhuman might.
That sounds like Ryuki, isn't it?
Mr. Date, take this.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
If you insist.
Yeah, I knew you would.
Are you making fun of me?
Hurry up and read it.
Almost prepared the creepy terror music to this. I think that's very defensible. I'm not sure I agree, but I think that's defensible for sure.
Yeah, okay. I see. Oh, now that's a curveball. This is downright lewd!
Yeah, like that, like from basically like from this point to them going outside, like that, like is some of my favorite like Date dialogue.
Power overwhelming. It surges within me.
That's the Date I know. Now stare him down.
Just this whole idiot exchange with Akemi is great.
They're freaked out.
The path of the hero is steeped in solitude. You must embrace your sorrow and turn it into the will to fight.
But why? What am I even fighting for?
You fight because you're the fantastic fighting DT Man.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
You already know how to use your power. Now use it.
Fine. I got it.
So, you ready to bring it, Date?
There's something I really like about the tone of this, where like somehow everyone is in on this, but no one knows what's going on. Again, it actually remarkably similar to that sketch I did in college, the sassy pharmacist
I
one.
have no idea what's going on, but I guess we gotta fight. So let's do this!
Start by going outside.
Why?
Just go outside.
Here is fine, let's just fight.
I'm telling you to take this outside.
Why? We've got plenty of room in here.
So you want to fight?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying, asshole. You and me, let's go right now.
Then go outside.
You want to do this outside? Fine.
Oh, So we're going outside?
Oh. So we're going
I'm
outside?
gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose my damn mind. Screw you, screw this, I'm out of here.
And then like the stupid thing where she's like standing off center. It's like so,
Let's
it's so
settle this
stupid.
stuff.
Why is this happening? Also, what's up with that whatever man name?
Fashionable DT man.
Fashionable.
I wasn't talking to you. And it wasn't fashionable. I'm pretty sure Ryuki used another adjective.
I wasn't aware your attention to detail was so astute.
Well, someone has to take this stuff seriously.
I'm taking it seriously.
So
Hey,
this is
move
probably
over a bit.
where something
Can't
would
even see.
change. But like there was no point to give input before, so I don't know what to expect.
Let's go!
Is anyone here gonna listen to me?
What?
I know that attack. My turn now.
Wah! It's the porn Gatling. DT 100 kick.
DT 100 kick!
That was stupid.
Not bad.
So this is porno Mac power.
Let's end this.
It's gonna be really annoying when I miss one of these prompts. Oh. Oh, we shot her. We decided to shoot her after all that.
Go! Date!
Oh, come on. You really have like no time to process that one. You have to like press that button the whole time.
Go! Date!
Oh, at least it has like a reasonable checkpoint. Unlike the... Oh, and it changes buttons. That's good to know. Wow, that's really barely doable. Where's Mr. Referee when you need him?
I will protect the peace of this world.
Date, the man who fights for love in a world full of women who shun him.
Rude.
How long will it take for him to bring peace to this world? Find out in the next exciting episode, The Death of Kaname Date.
Hey, what was that last part?
Hey, don't just kill me!
Man who keeps fighting for love, Kaname Date. Was originally planned to be a real lizard person, Akemi. Alternate ending X, culminate. I mean, that is definitely like the preferred ending of the game. I think that's everything. I'll do like a quick check. Can you like toggle between? You can. But like, I think the fact that that unlocked should mean that that's the last one. I just want to be sure is all. Just this stupid pose computer is so dumb. Yeah, looks good, Chief. All right, anyone have any last words for No Sleep for Kaname Date? I still got a lot of work ahead of me with this game still. Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely a case where that last ending is worth the effort. You know, sometimes you try to get every ending for like a visual novel game or something, and they're like fine or whatever. And I mean, honestly, some of those in here were like, all right, maybe a little chuckle, but like kind of just confusing. But like, everyone agrees that's the canon ending. I think so. I mean, it does basically mean that most of the game didn't happen, which is similar to the alternate ending for Nirvana Initiative. But no, actually, I think it's pretty optimistic in both cases. Like, the Nirvana Initiative deliberately avoids like a fairly bleak ending by like sort of changing history with its weird alternate ending. And here, you know, like Iris gets in one escape room and then we teleport there, and then Akemi has a physical body, and then we blow up her spaceship and everybody lives. Kat says, complaints about the plot aside, it's a good Somnium Files game. Yeah, I mean, I at the end of the day, I think that's it. One thing that I need to there's some personal trial here in my relationship with the Somnium Files games, where like, I think if I ever figure out how to fully embrace the Somnium Files games, then it will make me appreciate games on a different, perhaps even like deeper level than I do. Because I can get so easily hung up on stuff. You know that like 70% of all the streams I do is me complaining about stuff. And like, only like 20% of them is me being like, hey, this game I chose to play doesn't actually make me mad. Isn't that exciting? And then there's like 10% other. Most of that is like sound effects that chat is playing with their channel points. But like, there is something I truly do love about all of the Somnium Files games, even Nirvana Initiative, for all its like many, many flaws. And I think if I could reach a point where like I could unironically appreciate those more than the problems that I have with the games, then it would be like some like growth moment for me as a person. I know how stupid that sounds, but I truly, truly believe that's like a real thing. But that being said, I have legitimately enjoyed my time with this game. Do I think the story is good? No. How would I rate the gameplay mechanics? Medium at best. Probably about medium on average. Some of the escape puzzles were legitimately fun. Some of them were legitimately stupid. And as usual, the Somniums were like extremely uneven, and I still just think that broadly the core mechanics of those are just like kind of bad. Like, they just need like a proper overhaul to those. It's not that the idea is necessarily bad, but the implementation is nearly always frustrating. But I have enjoyed this game. I do recommend it, I think. I genuinely would struggle to recommend Nirvana Initiative, because like, boy, it sure takes that awful twist so seriously, and it like really, it's so hard to try and appreciate the rest of the game because of just like how bad the twist and subsequent ending are. And like, it's, I don't know, as bad as like the recap ending to this is, I feel like Nirvana Initiative is just like way worse. And I think like, because it's overall trying to have a more serious tone, and honestly the duration I think has something to do with it too, that there's just like kind of too much of that game. It's like a little bloated for what it's like trying to accomplish. A lot of stuff gets lost in the shuffle, but like, the first game is good. I want it to be better, but the more time passes, the more I appreciate it. And I kind of think I have a similar feeling about No Sleep for Kaname Date. But Nirvana Initiative is the black sheep of the family. Maybe someday we'll get a Somnium Files 4. I can't help but think that the lyrics at the end of the music video, at the proper epilogue to this game, suggest that this is the last intended game in the series. Only time will tell. I really wasn't expecting this game to come out this year. I think it was like first announced with like a Nintendo Direct toward the start of the year, kind of out of nowhere. But we'll see. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this on some level. We will have many souvenirs from this one in the soundboard. Don't you worry about that. We will never forget you, No Sleep for Kaname Date. Thanks to all of you for joining on this journey. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you, and I hope to see you again soon. That's not going to be the end of this stream, but I'm going to save the Squirtle stuff for the end of our Slay the Princess business so that we can focus on getting that running and make at least a little progress there tonight. But that should go up at the same time as this VOD because that's how I do it. So if you're watching this, you can find it already on YouTube, and if not, well, just keep watching live. But whatever the case, I hope to see you soon, and until I do, remember that you are Clawsome.